Good morning, children. Now we are going to understand conductors, insulator. What is good conductor and bad conductor, children? Some applications given in your book. First of all, understand conductors, the substance which allow heat to pass through them easily. That is called conductors of heat. Example: silver, copper, iron, aluminium, mercury are conductors of heat which allows heat to pass through them easily. That is called conductor. So basically all metals are conductors of heat. On the other hand, the substance like glass, stone, marble, any other thing, slate, do not conduct heat easily as metals do. So these substances are not as good as conductor of heat as a metal. So that is why conductor means it is a good conductor of heat which allows heat to pass through them easily. So all metals are good conductor. Now insulator. What is insulator? Just opposite. The substance which do not allow heat to pass through them are called insulator, or you can say bad conductors of heat. For example, wood, plastic, mud, cork, cotton, wool, asbestos, steel, air are insulator of heat. All liquid except mercury, okay, and gases are bad conductor of heat. So the flowing air is a conductor of heat, but still air, the trapped air, is an insulator. You have to note down this point. Flowing air is a conductor of heat, right? But still air, that is trapped air, is an insulator, which is bad conductor of heat. Trapped air is a bad conductor of heat. Some of the activities given in your book, you read it yourself. Okay, bad conductor of heat, good conductor of heat. Now some applications, good and bad conductors of heat. See the picture. An oven is made of double walls and the space between them is filled with wool or cork. Why? Because the wool and cork are the insulators of heat. They prevent the heat of the oven to escape. Next, most of the kitchen utensils used for cooking are made of metals and alloys. No, this is because metals are excellent conductor of heat, and however for ease in handling these wooden or plastic handles are used. Wood and plastic are bad conductor of heat, so that we will prevent our hand from burning. Mercury is used as a thermometric liquid since it is a good conductor of heat. You have seen in clinical thermometer mercury used, because it is a good conductor of heat. Okay, fur, hair of animals, that are a bad conductor of heat. So they keep us warm during winters by trapping the body heat within. Eskimos made igloos from snow because snow contains a large amount of trapped air. That is why they will go in the igloos, inside the igloos, and make themselves warm. So because that is a bad conductor, it keeps the igloos warm. Cooling coils in refrigerators and air conditioners are made of copper to conduct away the heat. So in all the important points you read it. Why we often choose woolen clothes in winter? You all know, because woolen clothes have fine pores which are filled with air. It will trap the air, and trapped air, you all know, bad conductor. So wool and air are the insulator of heat. Therefore heat from our body does not escape through them, and they keep us warm. Okay, so all these points are very important to remember. Now we are going to understand convection, children. What is convection? Through this activity, to understand the process of convection in water. First of all, understand convection is a process of heat transfer by the actual movement of the medium particles. Liquids and gases are the poor conductor of heat. They are heated mainly by convection. In solids, the particles do not leave their position, so solids are not heated by convection. In convection, the transfer of heat is always vertically upward. The reason being that the medium particles near the source of heat, after absorbing heat, start moving faster. So they become farther, and the medium expand, and as a result the density of medium near the source of heat becomes less. It becomes lighter. So the less dense medium rises up and the denser medium from above moves down to take its place. Means I will make you understand in this manner. The means warm air is light, children, and it will always move in a upward direction, and the cool air which is coming from through the window and door, it will take the place of warm air, because warm air it will go move upward, and coming through the window and door, denser air, that is cold air, it will take the place of warm air. So this upward and downward movement, this is called a convection current. The current is set up in the medium so that it will move upward and downward direction, and it will that is known as convection current. That is why one question arise, why ventilators made in our home? Because it will keep our rooms cool and fresh, because warm air which we are breathing in out, so that is, it will move in upward direction, and cool air which is coming from window and through the door, it will take the place of warm air, and the move upward and move downward movement of direction, that is called convection current, children. Okay, you can see land bridge and sea bridge. You all know in nature convection currents are responsible for causing wind. Sea bridge and land bridge in coastal areas are the simplest example of convection current in nature. No, during the daytime the land gets heated up due to the heat of the sun more quickly than the sea. The air just above the warm land gets heated too. So this warm air rises up and the cool air from the sea rushes to fill its place, and this create a circulatory motion. You can see this picture, and air from the sea to the land or coast, and the cool air is moving from sea to land. It is called sea breeze. Similarly, at night time, the land being a good emitter of heat cools down faster than the sea. Now the reverse process takes place. The hot air above the sea rises up and is replaced by cool air from the land, and therefore during the night time wind blows from land to sea. That is called land breeze. Okay, so these are the convection current setup. This activity demonstrate the hot air rises up. You can do this at home, easy activity, read it. Okay, application of convection, many applications given. Smoke and gases being hot rises and escape through chimneys in industrial furnaces. At home, smoke and hot air escapes through exhaust fans. Working of an air conditioner, working of a heat convector, air conditioner, ventilator. Just I have explained about ventilator. Heat convector, what is that? That is heater. In winter season we keep our room warm by using a heat convector. Okay, heater we are using. It must be kept on the floor of the room. Why? Because it heats up the air above it, and which then rises up, and the cool air comes down, which is again heated, and the cycle continues, upward and downward cycle, that will keep the room warm. Usually you must have seen, children, firemen crawl while entering a building when fire has broken out, because hot air and smoke rises upward. That is why they usually crawl. Okay, now radiation. What is radiation? You see here, when you sit in the sun in front of bonfire, you feel warm. Sit in the sun or in front of a bonfire, you feel warm in winter season. No, why? Because air between you and the heat source is a poor conductor and does not get heated. This is to say that heat is not transferred through the conduction or a convection. Okay, so it will further, if you will put an insulating material like cardboard between the fire and yourself, you will not feel hot. Why? Because this shows that even when the air around us remains cold, the heat is being transferred from the heat source to us. So this means radiation is a process of heat transfer from a hot body to a cold body without affecting the intermediate space or in the absence of any medium. We can say In radiation, there is no required of medium. Without medium, heat transfer. Okay. You see here, shiny surface are poor absorber and radiators good radiators of heat radiation. Shiny, why dark and dull surface absorb more heat than shiny and light surface? Because black or a dark surface are also called good absorber of heat. All good absorber are also good radiator. Okay. So on the other hand, shiny surface are bad absorbers but good reflectors of heat radiation. So all bad absorbers are bad radiators. All these important points you read it. So some important application of why we wear white clothes in winter, summer. A reason is that white clothes reflects most of the sun's heat and absorbs very little of the sun's heat, and they keep our body cool. But in winter we use black or a dark color clothes. Why? Reason is simple, is that black or a dark color cloth absorbs most of the sun's heat, okay, and keep our body warm. So radiation is the process of heat transfer in which heat directly passes from one body at high temperature to the other body at a lower temperature. You remember, without affecting the medium. So no medium is required for the transfer of heat by the process of radiation. So in vacuum, heat transfer takes place only by the process of radiation. Okay children, so read this radiation application. Already I have explained. Activity, next topic next day. Up to here revise.